Welcome to the news at 6. I'm Doug Petcash. We start with continuing coverage of the Lori-Vallow Daybell murder trial. Today, the prosecution and defense gave their opening statements, and the prosecution called the first witnesses to the stand. My co-anchor, Morgan Romero, is there at the Ada County Courthouse. She's been in court all day today. Also, we heard from JJ's grandfather, Larry Woodcock. That's JJ Vallow, one of the victims. Morgan joins us now live with the very latest. Morgan?
Doug, money, power, and sex. Those are the powerful words the prosecution used to describe this case. They claim Lori Vallow used those three things to get what she wanted, and she would do anything to get rid of any obstacles that stood in her way from attaining more of that. Those obstacles including her own children. We heard from the prosecution today in their opening statements that Lori also used her religious beliefs and her interest around the end of times to justify her actions, including her affair with Chad Daybell and the alleged murders. Today started with opening statements which lasted less than 2 hours, and then attorneys questioned witnesses on the stand. Prosecutors presented evidence as well. Some of what we saw and heard today was sensitive and graphic. The prosecution said Lori's adopted son, JJ Vallow, was found in a shallow grave wrapped in garbage bags with duct tape. Her daughter, Tylee Ryan's body was burned. The state said all that was left of Tylee was bone and tissue. They also revealed for the first time Chad's wife, Tammy Daybell, died by asphyxiation. In its opening statements, the defense said when there is a lack of evidence, the law calls it not guilty. They told the jury, as we've reported, Lori Vallow has an alibi for the deaths of her children and Tammy Daybell. She claims she wasn't in the places where they were killed. Outside the courthouse during lunch today, JJ's grandpa, Larry Woodcock, as Doug alluded to, told reporters they want justice.
This is not just about Tylee and JJ. This is about Charles and Tammy and others. And we know who those others are. So it's, you know, it's important. It's important for me, for myself, and for Kay that we all remember everybody in this. I just wanted to look in her eyes. It's just that simple. I just wanted to just look in her eyes. And at this point, I'm not even asking why. Her why would never be justification.
Do you plan to be here every day throughout the whole trial?
Unless the good Lord's got something else that I need to do for him, yeah, I'll be here.
The prosecution called Larry's wife, JJ's grandmother, Kay Woodcock, as its first witness. After her brother and Lori's husband, Charles Vallow, died in July 2019, Kay said she became really worried about JJ because, quote, Lori didn't want him anymore. In October of 2019, the Woodcocks said they hired a private investigator because they hadn't heard from JJ since early August and they didn't know where he was. Kay said she met with Rexburg police in January of 2020 as police were looking for missing JJ and Tylee, and they were the ones who put out a reward and sounded the alarm with the media, not Lori. The state also called Brandon Boudreau to the stand, the ex-husband of Lori's niece, Melanie. He became emotional at times when talking about the kids. Lori and Melanie are very close, and they're part of the same extreme religious group. Brandon testified that he was shot at on October 2nd, 2019. As we've reported, he didn't say this on the stand today, but he thinks Lori's brother, Alex Cox, did it. He believes Cox was driving Tylee's Jeep Wrangler. This was after Tylee died. The prosecution said Brandon's testimony is important because it's what got law enforcement looking into Chad and Lori and actively searching for Tylee and JJ. Prosecutors also presented evidence today, including JJ and Tylee's birth certificates, JJ's adoption certificate from when the Vallows adopted him, a picture Kay took of JJ, and a picture of Tylee. Kay got very choked up at that point, describing JJ as her beautiful grandson. Vallow's trial will resume again here at the Ada County Courthouse tomorrow morning at 8:30 when the prosecution calls their first witness to the stand, the third in this trial so far, Rexburg Police lead detective Ray Hermosillo. Doug?
Morgan, so much unfolding in one day. Thanks for wrapping it all up for us, and I know you'll do that again for us on the news at 10.